Hello, hey, it's Lisa Copeland, and I am so excited to welcome you. I'm your show host for Reinventing the Art of Real Estate. And today is my first official show. We're going to be broadcasting every Friday at 10 Central, 11 Eastern. So if you're interested in buying, selling, investing, or maybe joining the number one real estate team in America, you're going to want to stay tuned. So today for my inaugural guest, I'm very excited to have my good friend, real estate expert, business partner, and best-selling author of The Listing Boss, Hoss Pratt. And Hoss has helped thousands of realtors make millions of dollars. So I'll be right back and we'll bring Hoss on. Hoss Pratt, what do you think about my skillionaire skills?
Man, Lisa, I love what you are doing. You are a force for the industry at the right time, I may say.
Oh, okay. Well, so before we get into all that, I want everybody to know a little bit about you. You know, in the intro, I talked about the fact that you're my friend, you're my business partner, you're a real estate guru, you're one of the top coaches in the world, best-selling author of The Listing Boss. What I didn't talk about, happily married, and you are a girl dad of 3.
That's
what have I missed?
That's the most important job. You know, 3 daughters, married, going on 11 years actually this week. So, you know, it's been an amazing journey. All that life all came from the road of real estate. I've been in real estate since my early 20s. You know, going on almost 20 years now. I've been for the last decade. What I've done, Lisa, is I've coached and trained thousands of agents, and I do that through different ways, through books, right? Like my book, Listing Boss, is a best-selling book, through coaching, through systems like Listing Boss Academy. There you go. And this is my passion is I go do the work and I put the process together and I go teach other people how to go achieve the similar results by providing a model or a roadmap, so to speak, to the level of success that they want.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I want to talk about, being a teacher and a coach, no matter what industry you're in. What is the number one thing that you think holds people back from their ultimate success?
Mindset is usually what prevents people. Mindset's everything, and everything I do. And if anybody's listened to me, saw me speak, read my books, I start everything off with mindset. I believe mindset's everything. I come from a place of, for me, my mindset had to get me to where I am. I didn't have anything handed to me. I had to go carve my own path, the skillionaire path, as I like to say. And for me, it's I barely making it through high school, not going to college. I had to do a lot of my own, and being in difficult places and situations, oftentimes by myself, being challenged and managing fear and the right thinking. I mean, I remember when I was younger, when I first moved to Texas, Lisa. I grew up in Missouri, and I didn't know anybody here, but I had a mentor that told me to move to Texas. That's how I ended up here. And I literally just loaded up on November 15th at 2:30 in the morning, and I drove to Texas for a better life. And I remember sitting in that 400 square foot apartment thinking I could be anybody I want to be here. And for me, that was it. It's mindset. It's knowing that what it is that you want, but also really truly knowing what it is that you want, and then working hard to go get it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, so you're wearing a shirt right now that says Skillionaire. So I see a lot of you out there. Go ahead and, give us some likes, ask us some comments. I've got Hoss Pratt on. He's my guest for my show, Reinventing the Art of Real Estate. So if you're interested in buying, selling, investing, or maybe joining the number one team in the world, you want to tune in, share this out, share it with a friend. So you're wearing a shirt right now, Hoss, that says Skillionaire. Do explain.
Yeah, Skillionaire it is a mindset. It's about skills, not magic pills. It's about doing the work, following a model to build the right skills. And Skillionaire is about stacking your skills. And I think in a time that we're in with technology, with sales, especially. I know that's your passion. It's my passion.
Yep.
Being able, there's so many different things that we need to do as salespeople now, with technology and automation and generating leads and traffic and funnels and, video and digital marketing and all those things require us to get better and develop more skills, especially in selling. It's, going from the skill of being able to sell from one to one to one to a few, then to one to many. And one to many is where any salesperson needs to be. And that can be done through video presentations like this or webinars. One to many is a skill set that any salesperson in any industry needs to be learning. And that's what Skillionaire is all about. It's about going to work on yourself, going and showing up and being ready for the opportunity when the opportunity is presented.
So when you become a skillionaire, in your opinion, that means you've got the skills that you can go out, and as long as you use your God-given skills, your trained skills, your abilities every single day, there's no reason that you should not generate millions of dollars in income if you're selling. Do you agree?
That's exactly what it is.
Your book?
It's freedom. It's freedom. So when you have skills, listen, like I'm free. Like I know you're free. Like you can take everything away from people like us, Lisa, and our listeners that are skillionaires, and we're gonna get it all right back because of his skills that we can rely on, and we make those investments in those skills, from investing in ourselves and coaching, and really, but putting ourselves in the eye of the fire. I think that's the biggest thing for anybody is to put yourself at a place that your skills have to rise to the occasion. And what people do is they don't do that. So they like comfort, so they don't get outside that comfort zone. So their skills don't change because they don't have to change. I mean, it's about being willing to lose it all to gain everything, and to be in a place that you got to rise to the occasion. And to me, that's what it's all about. I think for any salesperson or entrepreneur, I think there's so much freedom in there and that exists in being able to know that you can and you do. And you don't have to rely on a person, for example, because you got the skills to do it.
Yeah, but let's be real about skills, okay? Mm-hmm. And then after that, I want to bounce. I want to pivot to the power of association. But I want to talk about skills for a minute. We are born with first of all, the one thing I learned a couple of weeks ago with my good friend Sharon Lecter and another good friend of mine, Lisa Beth Thomas, who've both written books about fear, obviously Outwitting the Devil, sure. And Lisa Beth has done one about fear. And when we're born, we're only born with two fears. And I don't know if you know this or not, Hoss, but we are born with a fear of loud noises and a fear of falling as a baby. Those are the two fears, and the rest are learned. And so, I look at when we're all put on planet Earth on day one, we're not born with any skills. Skills are learned. Skills are acquired. Skills are trained. Now, we know people, especially me coming out of the auto industry, you in the real estate industry, people have maybe a natural line of BS. And so they're people, but there is a skill to being a closer. There is a skill to building a multi-million-dollar business. There is a skill to building the #1 real estate team in the world, which you and I have the privilege of leading. So talk to us about that. Talk to us about the importance of training, because you have coached real estate agents all over the world. You have coached thousands of them. And before you answer that, Hoss, I want to put it out there. Hey, all of our friends out there on Facebook, there's a glitch right now with StreamYard, and we cannot see your comments. So if you're putting them in there, my sincere apologies. But StreamYard just put a notice up that they've got a glitch, and they're working on it with Facebook right now. So it might be 2022 before we ever see your comments, but stick with us because this is valuable stuff. So back to you, Hoss, on the fact of you've trained thousands and thousands of real estate agents to make millions of dollars. Talk to us about that. I mean, multi-million-dollar agents rolling around in their Aston Martins, doing national television shows, that didn't happen by osmosis.
Yeah, a couple of distinctions I think that come to mind is when you say, we are brought in this world with two fears, the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. Yep, I still have those fears, by the way. But you're right. We're brought in. In mindset, I have this. So many times throughout the day or week or whatever, here's my mindset. I was brought into this world butt naked. So the world doesn't owe me anything. I wasn't even brought in this world with shoes. I didn't have money in the bank. I didn't have skills. I had nothing but air, oxygen, and into this world. Think how crazy scary this world is. And we're just tossed out in it, butt naked. That's mindset, is being willing to go back to that moment. And so many times we don't, because we find comfort in where we live, or what the job or the house, or, what it is that we're doing. And we don't put ourselves out there in a place of unknown. And so I would just challenge all of our listeners here is you got to get to a place, you got to be willing to get naked, be willing to lose it all to gain everything, and put it all on the line. And that's mindset. I mean,
can we talk about naked for a minute? I think what we're talking about is being emotionally naked, right? Where you're willing to lay down the sword, lay down your pride. I love this saying, pride before the fall. And I never knew what it meant until a few years ago. When some things in my life, and it was like, you've got to lay down, pride will be the worst thing that we can ever fight. I think about us who are high performers, right? When we follow pride and ego is when we're never going to succeed. It is when we become teachable and we develop a purpose-driven mission in our lives and in our business, and we remain teachable, and we believe, which we'll talk about in a minute, the power of association. That's when we're truly going to step into our greatness. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, just to be clear, I'm not telling everybody to go get naked right now. Here's what naked is.
I'm just screwing with you, Hoss, but
I know.
Seriously.
Maybe I
you never know nowadays, friend.
Or not, I don't care. I'm not judging. Here's what I mean by getting naked is, and I have a visual. I don't know who taught me this, or I've been taught a lot, but it really helps. And I use it before I start speaking, like on a stage. What I'll do is I'll imagine unzipping I have a zipper from the back of my neck all the way down to my front, and I'll reach down to my feet and unzip like there's a zipper, and and stepping out of that body, stepping out of that persona, stepping out of those fears, stepping out of those beliefs, stepping out of everything that I think that makes me, which is my own ego, which is my own persona, being willing to shed all those labels that we have and the fears that we have. That's what getting naked is to be able to step out of all of those things and to realize your true potential. And you're never going to realize your true potential if you have pride, if you have ego. I mean, you can't have pride. A little pride and ego is good, but the problem with too much is that, at some point you got to start judging people, and that's, where you have too much of that. You just look at people and you're always sizing people up,
but then you're also not, which I think is my superpower and your superpower both, which is why we came together to build the world's greatest real estate team, is because it isn't about us. It is about we are more successful every single day, the people that we help be successful. I mean, that is what defines you and I both, which is what has made us so equally yoked in what we're doing. I mean, you and I have done well enough in life that we could just keep going on in life and not really have to mess with other people. But you and I and Tarek and some other leaders came together and we said, no, collectively, we will be more successful the more people we help become successful and help to truly build an empire.
Yeah. And let me add to this real quick I'm a speaker. I say I'm a speaker. I'm not a speaker. My skills that I've built, people ask me to speak on those skills. I didn't say I want to be a speaker and just, go talk about everything I know. That's so when I say I'm a speaker, I happen
You're an expert speaker. Right.
And happen to share what it is that I do. But you and so are you. And I know people have this whole idea of a speaker that we're traveling around, we're getting paid $50,000 keynotes, we're living up in the penthouse, we're flying first class. But here's
that I am doing, Hoss. I am flying. That is part of my deal.
I know you probably do. You're more like that than I think.
I am.
Yeah, but for me, I don't. I started speaking. A lot of my speaking gigs, I don't get paid a lot of money. Why? Because I sell things from the stage. I'm willing to speak for free. I'm willing to get on an airplane for the right opportunity. And I think that's what being willing to show up, being willing to give. What you're saying is to help other people, and you don't always know where it comes from. And I know I've done that from just staying with whether it be prospecting or listing appointments or, seminars or coaching. And you don't always know how it's always going to come back. But as long as you continue to stay in your lane, I mean, magic happens. And I know you're great at that. That's the reason we like each other. We give people our best. And so I saw an opportunity, Lisa, with the way real estate's going over the last few years. I've paid close attention to it. COVID has really sped things up 5 to 10 years. Yeah. And so quick story. I flew to California. There's a gentleman named Tarek El Moussa.
Okay, wait a minute. Who's Tarek El Moussa?
They know Tarek. He's like he's the most famous celebrity in real estate. Been on TV for 10 years, and he was endorsing Listing Boss. And so I flew to California. We were doing video together. And so I saw an opportunity with him and myself and you and our organization, because here's what I see the future as in terms of especially real estate, but also just the power of association. There's like three parts to this, especially in real estate. One is celebrity influence and association, right? That part of the business is, having the celebrity, the authority, the influence, the association to be able, because to then inject authority in your own business and enhance marketing. Two is training and coaching and systems. And training, coaching, systems, and marketing are so important to anybody's business today. I know for me, that's what I've always done. Coaching and training, tens of thousands of hours of all those things, but also it's being in the right vehicle. And I know today with technology, it's being in the right vehicle that's coupled with technology that is going to take us to the future. I know we saw it with Amazon and Netflix, and we saw it with Uber. And in real estate, the virtual cloud brokerages like EXP, companies like that are able to scale without the high brick and mortar cost and the office staff. That's the model of the future. So what we did is we created the agency, partnered with Tarek El Moussa, brought him over because I knew that would be extremely powerful for everybody, including himself. But just a game changer when we're able to leverage celebrity and marketing. And so when people join our organization, what we want to do is we want to help them win and help them win bigger. And we provide the tools, the systems, the coaching, the vehicle to help them do that and build a richer life and create additional revenue besides just dealing, relying on commissions. Lisa, I know, a lot of people are in commission sales, and, you and I have been in that world for many, many years. I know, with the other multiple businesses, but it's I want to help people get freedom. I want to help people create mailbox money. I want to help people make selling easier. I want to help people be positioned for the next 5 to 10 years in this industry. And the old way of selling real estate, I've been telling people for a long time, is done. It's over, and we have the new model. And I believe that this is the greatest opportunity in real estate today.
So, now that we're on the subject of real estate, Tarek did a really great, part of what we do with the agency is that we've got access to some of the biggest influencers and celebrities in the world. They're on our team. People like Sharon Lechter, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Outwitting the Devil. We've got Tarek El Moussa. We have Tessa, who was on last week, and she did the Instagram training, right? And and she's helped Tarek get to almost 1 million Instagram followers, and she's a force in herself. And one of the things that we've been discussing is what does it look like? Tarek gave a pretty powerful talk to the team last week about the fact that the next 120 days, it's going to be a very different conversation out there because of the number of forbearances, with 30% of American households either renting or owning being in a forbearance, with 15% of those, half of those, really being in danger of foreclosure. But Tarek said, hey, don't worry, because guess what we're going to do? We're going to pivot, and here's our new game plan, team. Right. So what do you see January 1st of 2021 looking like? And we're going to keep out the presidential election today. So what do you see that looking like?
Well, huge opportunities will be had in 2021. You're not going to hear a lot about it in 2020 just because of presidential elections and things like that. Right. So when the dust settles on 2021, with a third of the country being in forbearance, you got to be ready. You got to be ready to make a move. There's nothing to be fearful of. I know when we talk about this, there's nothing to be scared of. What you need to pivot. You need to pivot where the niches are, where they're going to create the opportunity. Tarek mentioned short sales and foreclosures and how that's going to grow. And, he's licking his chops, waiting for those deals to come.
He sends me more messages on Instagram every time I put something. He's like, Lisa, is this an opportunity for us? Is this an opportunity for us?
He's like, always sitting on go ready to buy.
Yeah, Tarek, we got this.
Yeah, and it's just being ready, but not only being ready for the real estate market, but being ready for real estate sales. being ready for how things are going to change in sales, in how people work and how they operate and how they market and how they prospect, how they generate leads. The entire landscape has been changed. In 2021, we're going to feel the full scope of it. And to go into a new year with doing the same thing we've always done is a colossal mistake. That's the reason. And as I said from the beginning, this is where you got to be willing to get naked, right? Be willing to lose it all to gain everything. Right. Being willing to pivot. And in those seasons, it's important that you have the right coaches, trainers, support, models in front of you. And that's what we provide. And experts. Like, I'm on the phone every day with experts, and my team's on the phone and on Zooms and meeting every day.
Oh, we do all day, every day.
All day, getting ready, right? Getting ready, preparing, and doing the work now. And that's so important. Those associations of people that know. And let me tell you something. Our organization, Lisa, is all over the world. So we're not. I know you're in Austin today. I'm in Dallas. This isn't just a Texas thing. This is a nationwide, worldwide organization with the
Canada, India, Australia, the UK. I mean, we are everywhere. 5,000 agents a month we are onboarding.
And we nearly, bringing and I've always said success requires you to get on airplanes, meaning you got to go outside your local market to go find those people that you can learn from, that you can be influenced by. And so that's more important than ever. And I know at the agency, that's a big reason why I'm all in with it. I've been and built it and created this thing is because of that. Most people before they wouldn't be able to find those associations, Lisa, because they're very expensive. I know I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to even know you. I wouldn't know you if I didn't make hundreds of thousands of dollars in investment.
I am one of the most expensive acquisitions you've ever made, Hoss Pratt, besides your wife.
Yes. No, I'm serious. Like from our road, from what I'm like, there's been multiple investments I had to be willing to make where I had to write a check to even to know you or to know when I met Tarek, and
Sharon Lecter, right?
Sharon, yes. Legend, my Lord.
Legend. Yes.
And so, but here we are. And it's because we've been willing to invest in ourselves the whole way. But like now, what we can do and what we can provide, people don't have to go spend that money like we had to. We're able to provide it for them because, we're business partners.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So, there are people out there, I've got a call at noon today and I've got 5 or 6 people that have, followed me. They're in the automotive industry. One of them, was a former employee of mine, and I'm getting them all together on a call today because they were like, and I had a long talk with a gal yesterday. She's like, okay, I'm watching. I've been watching. I am ready to pivot. I'm ready to do something different. I'm tired of being on pins and needles. She works for a huge conglomerate and, they've had layoffs and they've had huge layoffs. Now she has not been laid off yet, but she's like, I am not going to sit and wait and lay awake at night. I'm going to build my own destiny. And listening to you, Lisa, and following you, like all of that has inspired me to do it. So I know that there's people out there right now and you're like waiting for the pink slip, waiting for the furlough, wondering what's going to happen. Oh my God, who's going to be president? What's going to happen here? Like, get out of your way, because it'll be whatever it'll be. But the thing that we do, Hoss, have control of is what decisions we make every single day toward our success, toward our family's success, toward, as Tarek likes to say, building our empire.
Yeah. You know what, everybody, I would be doing is I'd be going to get my real estate license right now for that.
Amen, person. Everybody.
You know how many people I got getting my real estate
affiliate license? Business, Hoss.
What's that?
I said, oh, good. Finally, I think Facebook has fixed the glitch. We just got our first comment in because we have a lot of people on. Whoever just said that, tell me who you are because it's not showing the user. Here we go. Our comments are coming in. Carol, who works for the Lecters. I'm personally not in real estate investing business, but there's so many gold nuggets in this life in general. Thank you both. So Carol she runs Cherry Creek Lodge for the Lecters, and she is amazing. And she absolutely creates, Hoss, the most amazing experience. So you need to get your family up there.
Hey, Carol, get the horse saddled up. I'm ready to ride.
I'm telling you, she's a cowgirl. She's a rodeo star. She's beautiful. She's just, Sharon Lecter and Michael have got a bunch of cowgirls working up there, which is just like, does my heart good for sure.
Yeah, it's great.
And we're here working on Santa Barbara. Okay. All right. I bet that's Pam. Good one, because she's one of our agents who's getting licensed right now. And again, I'm sorry, guys, I cannot see your names. We got all kinds of glitches with Facebook today, but give us your comments. You know, Hoss, if you're just tuning in, Hoss has got a shirt on. Hoss, the number one of the top coaches in real estate in the world. He has helped thousands and thousands of agents make millions and millions of dollars. I've got the privilege to call him friend and my business partner. He is the best-selling author of the book, The Listing Boss. We have another book coming out very soon. Maybe something about the front of that shirt.
Skillionaire.
Skillionaire, and just one of the smartest, coolest guys that I know. And he's just like dumping knowledge on us right now. So if you see value in this, whether you're in real estate or not, share it out, right? There may be the one thing that we say today, the one thing that will change either your life, your perspective, or somebody that you know or care about, right, Hoss?
Yes, and listen, this is the time to, in Skillionaire, in this season that people are in, is the time to go get that license, is to go make the move. And I'm reminded of my own life. Like every 10 years, when there's this new season, is where I would just take a bold move, a bold pivot. I mean, 20 years ago, that's when I left my hometown and moved to Texas. I didn't know anybody. 10 years ago, it was when I sold my real estate business. I was going to go travel the country and speak. Now it's 10 years. Coronavirus hits, COVID. We're on lockdown for multiple months. Don't waste that time. You sit too long, the weeds overtake the garden. You want to take this season to pivot, make a pivot, make the move. If you're an airline stewardess and you're sitting there wondering what's going to happen.
Flight attendant, my friend.
Oh, do I say it wrong? Airline stewardess? Is that how they say it back in the old days?
Huh?
Is that the old way to say it? Airline stewardess?
Yeah, that's the old way. Logged into a new StreamYard account to match the email of this account. Okay, so I think StreamYard's trying to tell me something. That's okay though. Y'all keep those comments going. But yes, keep going, Hoss. I wanted to make you political.
I'm old school, Lisa. So yeah, but no,
you are old school. Yeah, you are Hoss the boss, like Hoss Cartwright. Does anybody out there know who Hoss Cartwright is? I remember. Hoss, you're not even old enough to watch Bonanza.
I know.
That's the crack up to the whole thing. But you're Hoss the boss.
It's a name I got to live up to. It's kind of like a boy named Sue. You got to really own it. But I would do this, is make this time now to be an investment in yourself, whether it be getting the real estate license. If you're in real estate, make the move, join us at the agency, like at least look into it, because I think it's the greatest thing ever. It sells itself. It just makes sense in so many different ways. I know, Lisa, what we've put together with our organization. I mean, I was on the phone yesterday with somebody joining that everybody on this call would know that's joining our organization. It just keeps growing. The bonfires just gets bigger and bigger. People want to be a part of it. And that's what I would encourage you to do. If it's not this, then what? But I would absolutely make that move and be bold. And a lot of times what that move is. I think a lot of times it's in the back of our mind. We've thought about it, but we haven't done it. Now's the time to go do that thing. And if you're looking for amazing partners like myself, like Lisa, like Tarek, like Sharon Lecter, we can help you with this by providing you with the systems and the coaching to succeed at this at the highest level in real estate and building an organization so you can have more freedom. And that's what it's about. But if you don't do this, you got to go do something. I mean, you don't want to be in another year wondering, what am I going to do? Because now's the time to make the move.
And it is time. And, and the number one thing that I see people, they're paralyzed, Hoss, they're paralyzed in fear. But can I tell everybody who's watching this, I've sold right at $5 million in 4 months in Austin, Texas. Okay. And that isn't selling $2 million houses. That's about 9 transactions of people calling me. People have to have a place to live. People have to, there's nothing better than housing. And when you look at the economic indicators and you look at what is going on in the stock market, EXP stock has doubled in the last 120 days, by the way, EXP World Holdings out there. But with that being said, people have to have a place to live. People need real estate experts. Don't buy into the lie that people are going to go to Zillow to buy their next house. People, more so than ever, Hoss, and I totally believe this, with people being quarantined and people being locked down, they desire the human touch. They desire the human interaction more than they ever have. They're over Zoom meetings. They're over trying to buy every stinking thing online, right? They want to go out and they want to experience the home buying process, which is tons of fun if you deal with me or anybody on our team.
Well, yeah, you're an amazing agent, but yeah, you're exactly
I am
right.
an amazing agent. I am. I won't lie.
The couple, you are.
Get
You're
it
an amazing.
done.
And you're right. Zillow's not going to replace real estate agents. Real estate is a boots on the ground operation. You have to have experts locally. When you're spending this type of money, I mean, I'm wanting to buy land, Lisa. I talked to you the other day. I want to buy land. Everybody I talk to.
I'm your agent. I'm your agent. Don't you worry.
I'm like, where do I go? What's the best part? And Zillow just doesn't tell you where to go buy land or where to live. And it's a person. It's on the ground. And so there's that. I mean, there's technology is not going to replace real estate, but it definitely we leverage it to be able to do more. And and also right now is the greatest time in the history of real estate to sell a house. Like,
oh my God. It's
there's never been
frenzy. I had 12 offers, 12 on my daughter's house before I put it in MLS. I mean, it was an absolute frenzy. I've got another one right now that I'm going to put in MLS today. I'm not even sure that I'm going to. I told one person who told 10, right? And, I've already got phone calls going, please don't put in MLS. We will do X. We will do X. It's crazy.
And I have clients and team members in all 50 states. So I hear
around the world. What are you talking about? Canada, UK, Australia, South Africa, India,
But as far as the real estate market in this country, it's, I have a pulse on the national market. Mm-hmm. It's nuts. And it is. I don't know, how long that continues the way that it is. I know that right now it is still nuts. I mean, people are selling, people are buying, and people are selling for top dollar. I mean, now's the time to be selling some homes too. So in any agent, absolutely.
Well, and the other thing I'm going to tell you, if you're one of those 30% of the people that, maybe is in forbearance. We have the ability at the agency to purchase a home with cash and close in 3 days, 3-day close. So, if you're in that situation, whether you're in Central Texas, or if you're anywhere around the country and you're in that situation, give me a call. Yesterday I went to North Texas. I brought in one of our partners and, listing a house through her. And so I've got partners, Hoss and I've got partners all over the country, all over the world. And it's better to get ahead of this thing, sell your house for all of the money. Or if maybe you just want to get out now without the hassle of selling, Hoss and myself and Tarek and our agency, we have institutional buyers, like 3-day close, cash money. So nothing will stop us from putting a deal together. Like, we are deal makers, and we train our team and we empower our team to have that same sort of leverage.
That's a great point. We do have people all over the world, all over the country. Like, we are, like, if anybody has any questions or real estate, just Lisa, that's all you need, because we got you covered with the right agents, with the right training, with the right experts. I
have one of my agents today, doing a $2 million mixed use commercial deal, and it's her first deal with us. Just 2 million, like, dang, right? But it gets down to, but she was on the phone with me and I was with you, so it gets down to, like, we've got this incredible power network, because the way that our organization's set up, the more successful you are, the more successful I am, the more successful Hoss is. Actually, it's Tarek. It's Lisa, Tarek, then Hoss.
Yes.
That kind of makes you the boss.
Maybe. You may be. I'm just doing my part. I just want to help people. And I know that there needs to be a different model, Lisa. Nothing pains me like over the years of just trying to help people and trying to go sell real estate the same way. And I'm an author, right? I'm an authority in my industry. You are, right? That stuff, it helps when you have authority and influence in selling. And more in the world of social media and 5-star reviews online and all social proof and all of that in terms of marketing. There's just easier ways to do something. I had a phone call yesterday with a guy. He was brought me something. He goes, "Can you help me fix this problem?" And I gave him my idea of marketing strategy. I said, "Here's what you do instead." It was completely different. But he goes, that's like $1 million idea. Like, how did you know that? I said, let me tell you something. Every problem can be fixed with a good marketing strategy. Marketing solves so many problems. And it's oftentimes it's a change in your messaging, a change in your offer. That's why I love sales and marketing, Lisa, is that I mean, it's just a matter of looking at it differently. And I think in real estate, as a real estate agent and real estate sales, we got to look at it differently as an industry and the value that we bring, but also how we establish that value, the credibility.
But our value is in expertise. And, I will tell you, I'm glad you said what you said, because my mentor in the automotive industry, he said to me, I had him on my show about 6 months ago. And he said to me, Lisa, you can sell your way out of any problem. Just know that there's not a problem that you can't sell your way out of if you're truly a sales professional. But, when I go into, and I'll give like a pro tip here, and anybody who's competing against me or whatever, I'll sit down with a client and I'll say, look, you can have Betty Sue Boop, or you can have Lisa Copeland. But at the end of the day, who do you believe for the same amount of money is going to best represent you from a negotiating standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, from an influential standpoint, and from having, the number one real estate celebrity in the world on my team, to be able to leverage that celebrity authority and that whole book of buyers, right? And everyone on our team has that same exact leverage. And usually, I don't lose a deal, because they're like, yeah, you're right. Right. And so with everything created equal and everything leveraged out there, I mean, we are the force to be reckoned with. And so our team, I believe that. I believe it to my very soul.
You know why? That's what makes it so special, is because influence, expertise can be borrowed if it's positioned the right way.
Correct.
And that's what I mean, right? So like somebody, like we could take anybody listening right now, they could join our organization. We would be able to help them sell way more homes just because of the messaging that we're able to give them. Words, right? The words that they say, the messaging in their marketing, the authority.
To be able to have, private Zoom meetings with the number one real estate celebrity in the world, Tarek, where he's sitting here telling us, hey, y'all better strap in. Because I'm telling y'all, in January, the world as we know it's going to change. So we're going to do this, and this to prepare all of you for that pivot in January, when all these foreclosures and forbearances and everything starts to rear its ugly head. Don't worry, you're still going to make money. You might make it differently, because these are the things that we've put into place. You can, we can buy a house in 3 days. We can pay cash for it. We're going to show you how to build your own celebrity brand on Instagram. So I'm going to bring in Tessa, the one who helped me build my celebrity Instagram brand, right? He's already a celebrity. So yeah, seriously, if you're watching this right now and you have stuck with us for 37 minutes and 14 seconds, share it out, send us a note. I put up the website that you can learn more about us. And I did not spell agency wrong. I'm going to get a bunch of those messages. You spelled agency wrong. I didn't. It's AGENTCY. Check out Join the Agency. My free real estate book is at lisacopeland.book.live. I'll send you a copy, or you can read it online. It's pretty cool. What else, Hoss? What else do we have to talk about? What else?
I want to give a book away. So everybody that, how about this? Everybody that joins the agency, we're going to send them a signed copy of my book, Listing Boss.
Sweet. So, yes, you did sign my copy. I was like,
I did.
Yeah. And it says, let's build an empire.
There you go.
Right. And that was the day that, talk about the power of association. My agent had canceled everything, all these big speaking gigs, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what am I going to do now? But not from what I'm going to do because I can't pay my rent, but like, what am I personally going to do to fulfill my time, to feel important, to influence many, which is what I love to do, to build an empire. And then I get an email from my old friend, Hoss Pratt. And I read it and I send you a note and you're like, do you have a real estate license? I'm like, yep. And next, I'm in Dallas, Texas, either the next day or the day after, right? And you and I are doing a deal.
It's funny, as you were talking and sharing that day, I could see your future and you couldn't see it because you didn't know what I saw or what I know. Right. But like, as you're going and you're saying what you're doing, I'm like, and knowing who you are, knowing your skills and the people in your orbit that have mad respect for you. I'm like, man, Lisa Copeland, this call is going to change her life. And it has. And it has. And you've been able to just take this thing and run with it. And you're just building an empire. And it's been so fun. I mean, I love working with you, love working with Tarek, love working with everybody that comes that you bring into the organization. I mean, and there's really nothing we won't do to help them, and that's what this is. It's a true family, and it's people like
I was in
yourself
Scottsdale last week because, I've got a bigger team in Scottsdale than I do in Austin. Like we've got I don't know, I got like 15, 20 people in Scottsdale. Yeah. It's huge, growing into this huge, but it does not suck going to Scottsdale. It does not suck staying with my best friend, Sharon Lecter, or going to the ranch or seeing my girl, Lauren, and my whole team out there. Like, it just doesn't suck. Like, there's just nothing bad about this job, Hoss. Nothing. Yeah, I keep pinching myself going, like, something bad, somebody I might not like in my path, nothing, zippo, zero.
It's good as it gets.
It is as good as it gets. So we want to make a formal invitation just to check out, join the agency. It may or may not be for you. It may not. That's okay. We just may be too ambitious, successful, driven, because we are in it to win it. We don't play small. I mean, we've had people before, and they're like, oh, I just want to do it. I'm like, we're probably not for you.
No, we're for motivated people that want a better life. And, that's really who this opportunity is for. And nothing wrong with people that don't. I mean, just at least own it,
you just won't like being on our team because all we talk about is selling, moving, building an empire, helping you do it. Yeah. And we're out doing it every day ourselves. Hoss is on the phone all day, every single day. I'm out with clients and meeting with teams and flying around the country to meet with our people. Like, we walk our talk. We're not out there saying, oh, you do it. No, we're doing it alongside of you every single day.
Yep. And nobody can say we don't deliver. That's one thing we always hear is, man, the support that y'all provide. I hear that every day from people. They're like, you deliver, over deliver. I mean, and that's exactly right. So we want to deliver for the right people. But at the end of the day, you got to want it. You got to know what it is that you want.
I can't make you want it. Hoss can't make you want it.
I can't. But if you want it, then I got something special for you. I really, really do. So absolutely reach out. Go to jointheagency.com for more information. Just message Lisa. She's the one you want to talk to. So message Lisa. You'll talk to me, and we'll get you plugged in. I'll get you a copy of my book, plus many other things.
Yeah. And like my friend Robert Brooker, he's in Canada, Like, we are crushing it in Canada, crushing it. So we have a whole Canadian onboarding team. In fact, I mean, we have our own team that onboards just for the Tariq El Moussa team, because that's how fast we are growing. And so, you don't have to worry, because, those are some of the concerns, Hoss, and we talked about that because we've got some really big agents with really big pipelines coming on, and they've had some concerns. And so, we've been able to alleviate a lot of those concerns because we've got an expert onboarding team that we can help you transition from your current brokerage to with us. And because we know, because at the end of the day, we're only attracting the highly successful people, right? Yeah. And so I would worry about an agent who wanted to come on with us who didn't have a pipeline that we had to transition.
Yeah, and we talked about this before. I mean, I understand it. Switching, moving licenses, your team, new signs, like it's get it.
Pain. I'll tell you, it's pain. I did it.
Yeah, we get it, and it's different levels of pain for different types of businesses, and we have all the infrastructure, the support to take people through that because we understand it, we anticipate it, we know. We just want to be there with you to make that as seamless as possible, to where you can be plugged in quickly, so you don't have any downtime. A lot of people, even like people getting licensed right now. That's so many people are getting their licenses right now, and so. Yeah, there we go.
Here, hey. Yeah, no, I mean, we have about a third of our organization right now in real estate school. You and I need to get an affiliate link for real estate school.
I know, right?
I'm telling you, right?
Good thing to do.
I know, but we have about a third of our organization in real estate school. We're on, Hoss and I are on 3 to 4 times a week with, group. We had 99 people on our call with Tessa over 100 people on our Zoom.
Instagram training.
Yeah, the Instagram guru of the world, right? And people sending me notes, oh my God, it changed our life. And we even went one step further. We invited people that were not in our organization, who were potentially competitors. I put it out there like, hey, I don't care. You're not going to beat me at my own game. So I don't care if you're next door to me, right? Mm-hmm. You can either join us and I've told brokers this, you should talk to us, because if you're not, your agents are. Like, you should at least have those conversations with us. And So I sent it out to what I would call a competitor, a couple of them, and they're like, dang, this is pretty strong. I'm like, yeah, this is our arsenal. Join us.
Yeah. And we're not scared. Like, we understand, our competition's ourselves. We're not competing against anybody, and we are happy to share. If you want more information, you want to join something, the training, see what it's about. Do it. Yeah, whatever. We'll do whatever it takes to help you.
We'll even give you a free guest pass into our Verbella, our whole virtual software, our university. We will allow you to go through our trainings, either our live trainings with Hoss and I, or our virtual trainings through EXP. I'll give you a guest pass. You can go through, you can learn everything you want to learn, even if you're not with us, because we know that without us and without what we do and how we do it, you're probably not going to implement it anyways. So I know I sound a little tough, but it's true. It's true. I have trained thousands and thousands of sales professionals in many different verticals, and it is the 2% rule, Hoss.
Yeah, totally.
Anywhere, I don't care whether it's a software company, Bloomberg brought me in, Citrix brought, and this is all this year, y'all. Citrix brought me in, Allied Van Lines brought me in. Like, I've been brought in by the Fortune 5, Fortune 1 this year, prior to COVID. And it gets down to, at the end of the day, it's lack of implementation. It's lack of execution. Yeah. And the VPs of sales will say to me, well, Lisa, I'm like, these people are great people. Why aren't we moving the needle? I'm like, because they're not implementing.
Mm-hmm. No,
it's lack of execution. But 2% of the people that I just spoke to in this room, they're going to do what I tell them to do. They're going to take it. They're going to run with it, and they're going to 10x their business. The other 98%, they're going to check a box, and they went through another training.
Exactly. And we know what it takes. I know what, that's the reason that people like myself and Lisa, we get together. It's like electricity, because it's the positive energy of that 2%, and that's what our organization is. That's how I see it. It's like, it's those people in your life that you meet that you're like, man, I just like to be around them. And to me, that's the only people I spend my time with anymore, to get around people that energize me, that we, work well together. And to me, that's what our entire team is, man. It's like it's a force. So y'all, dream team. What's up, Amber? She's amazing.
Amber's our girl. So anybody out there looking for real estate in Southern California, she is the SoCal awesome realtor of the agency. We love her so much. Okay, well, Hoss, you and I got things to do today, so I'm going to wrap this thing up. Give us some final thoughts. Drop some skillionairisms on us before we.
Skillionairism. Yeah, here's what I'll tell you. For me, I do what I do so I can live my dream, and I really want to live my dream. I have one life. I want to live it fully. The time when I'm pushing up daisies, I want to be able to I want to be able to live. I don't want to play it safe. And I would encourage all of you to take your life and, assess it. Are you doing what it is that you want to be doing? Are you getting the results that you want to be getting? And let's eliminate fear from that vision and know that you can achieve anything. Like, if you're like, you know what, he's right, I want to change and I want to do something. Here's how you do it. You got to, number one, you got to have the right mindset, which starts with thinking, changing the way we think. 2, you got to have models to follow. And 3 is massive action. You got to take massive action following proven models with the right mindset. And I would encourage you today to, look at this model, look at our model. This is a model for you that you can have the confidence to be able to apply massive action to. And so you can live your dreams, so you can have a better, amazing life and business. And we have the team and the infrastructure to help you do it. But so just check it out. Go to jointheagency.com. You can see it there. And let's see if this opportunity is a fit for you. We'll do whatever we can to answer your questions, but make a move. Make the pivot. Now's the time. Don't wait any longer.
All right. So Lisa Patrick says, Mike drop Ross. I think she meant to say Hoss.
That's
so
what people call me. Lisa.
Job. Hey, I'm start calling you Ross.
Yeah.
You look like a Ross. I'm going to change your name in my phone to Ross.
No, it's not. It's Hoss, not Ross.
Because then I think of Ross, I think of Friends, all right? And he's the goofball. And I think of Hoss, I think of Hoss Cartwright. But anyways, Hoss, it is.
I'll go buy anything.
You can call me anything, right?
Call me anything.
You can call me anything. So it has been a supreme pleasure. It has been a supreme pleasure to have you on the inaugural show of Reinventing the Art of Real Estate every Friday from 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern, where I'm going to bring on the best and the brightest, whether you're looking to buy, to sell, to invest, or to join the team. This is the show that's for you. And if you share this out today, if you share this out with somebody and you send me a message, I have got something very special I'm going to send you. I meant to bring it in here and I didn't, but I'm going to drop it in the mail to you, unless it's you, Lisa Patrick, because that's Canada, and I'll send you something another way. But anyways, thank you, Hoss, Ross, whatever you go by.
Thank you, Lisa.
I'm very glad that our universes have collided, and I'm excited for the next 12 months because we're on our way to building an empire.
Yes, we are.
All right, everybody.
Great job.
Care.